Welcome to my serial killer series, and today's serial killer series episode 2 is featuring Robert Joseph Long, a murderer, rapist, and strangler. Mm. Robert Joseph Long uh, was someone who was not special ed but was missing a chromosome. Had an extra chromosome, and people made fun of him. So then he let out the anger by getting his pleasures by raping girls and all that. Okay. Bobby Joe Long, born October 14, 1953. Also known as Bobby Robert Joe Long and Robert Joseph Long. Robert Joseph Long was an American serial killer. As of October 2007, on death row in the state of Florida. Long abducted, sexually assaulted, and murdered at least 10 women in the Tampa Bay area during an 8-month period in 1984. He released his last victim after sexually assaulting her for a period of 26 hours. She then provided information to the police that enabled them to track him down and eventually capture him after that. Long moved to the Tampa area in 1983. Hillsborough County had been averaging about 30 to 35 homicides per year in the 80s. Then, in 1984, the murder rate escalated. During one 8-month period, a killer with a unique of binding, raping, and killing his victims, then dumping them in unusual positions and poses, was averaging a murder every other week. The first victim was discovered in May 1984 when the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office was called to a crime scene where the body of a nude woman had been found. This began an intensive investigation into the abduction, rape, and murder of at least 10 women in 3 counties. In the Tampa Bay area, Hillsborough, Pasco, Pinellas, involving the personnel from the HCSO, the FBI, the Tampa Police Department, the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The bodies were found usually long after the murder in a state of decomposition, dumped near a roadside and dragged into the woods. That is very strange and dirty and bloody. Long was born October 14, 1953, in Canova, West Virginia. He was born with an extra X chromosome, because of which he grew breast during puberty, for which he was severely teased. He also suffered multiple head injuries as a child. He had a dysfunctional relationship with his mother. He slept in her bed until he was a teenager and resented her multiple short term boyfriends. He married his high school girlfriend in 1974, with whom he had two children before she filed for divorce in 1980. His victims were women that he found alone or that were alone. He also dated young girls and specifically one across his street and strangled them and killed them, then with a knife or a gun. Then he took them to a road and parked, then dragged them to the wood or side of the road in weird positions, and some even nude. Okay. Let me talk about this slide real quick. So, at the beginning where it says he was severely teased, that could affect anyone in their life if they have a problem with something. Don't tease them because that could honestly bite you in the butt and make you like a bad person. Bobby's motive was just to fulfill his pleasures and nothing else. What separates him from other serial killers is that he was really, really disgusting. He kidnapped a girl and took her to his place and raped her and even showered with her. At the end of the day, he let her free, and that's when he got caught because the police received information from the girl he raped. So he got caught because of that. Okay. Robert Long was arrested on November 16, 1984, and charged with the sexual battery of kidnapping of Lisa McVeigh. Lisa McVeigh was a girl that he kidnapped. She was 17 years old. He kidnapped her and took her to his apartment and raped her and showered with her. Bobby Long signed a Formula Miranda waiver and consented to questioning. After the detectives procured a confession for the McVeigh case, their questioning focused on a series of unsolved sexual battery homicides pending in the area. As the detectives began to question Long about the murders, he replied, "I'd rather not answer that." Quotations. The detectives continued the interrogation and handed Long's photographs of the various murder victims. At this point, Long stated, quotes, "The complexion of the things sure have changed since you came back into the room. I think I might need an attorney." Quotation. No attorney was provided for him, and Long eventually confessed to 8 murders in Hillsborough County and 1 murder in Pasco County. thank you for watching. Episode 3 will come out shortly. Hope you enjoyed and have a great day. You are awesome.